Sometimes you just hear a song that's so surprising. Our House, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Yes, Sir Hairless here. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young came to mind today because I was going to film a home free reaction, but the song they were covering is from a film and I want to watch the film first. I did a video previously on Home Free's cover of Helplessly Hoping by this group, which I loved, and it just reminded me that I had received a number of requests for this song, Our House. It's been on my list for a while. Now, when I think of a song called Our House, I think of madness.
Our house in the middle of our street.
That's a song I grew up with. So based on the style of Helplessly Hoping, I don't expect this song to be similar in style to Madness's song of the same name. I would expect this one to be more relaxing, more calming. On Spotify, these are the popular songs for Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young that come up. Many views, and Our House is #1. I don't recognize any of those songs other than Helplessly Hoping. So let's see how this compares. It's from 1970, over 50 years ago.
Light the fire, you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long. For me, only for me. Come to me now, and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Such a cozy room, the window.
Oh wow, I like it, and I don't know what's coming next. I'm constantly engaged with it. It seems like one of those songs that does not have any obvious or suitable pause points. It's the first time reacting to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young on my channel. I don't know how strict they are with copyright, so we'll do our first pause here. If you don't like pauses, you don't want to hear my analysis, go to the timestamp to carry on with the song. Right, so if you are still watching, I really like this. And, well, let's go over and talk about it. The opening, straight away, the first thing that hooks me, essentially. In a way, a sort of hook. Nah, not really, but it's the descending bass line.
I'll light the fire, you place the flower.
So, the bass, dum, 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 which is outlining. And if we continue down, that's the scale of A major. What do we get in the right hand of the piano? If I move it up the octave, we get this repeated chord. Cha, cha, coming on the strong beats the same time as the bass line. Later on, they start alternating, which adds this rhythmic interestingness to it. But here at the start, the very first thing we hear.
I'll light the fire, you place the flower.
Because the right hand does not move away, it does not deviate, it's stubborn. It refuses to move and it causes dissonance. Chord number 2. If I bring up the bass part, this direct clash here between A, which is the chord, the home key, A, clashing so strongly here. And then it continues to move down, which is a minor 7th chord, so still a little bit dissonant. If we move it up, a nice little scrunch here, and then it continues moving down. This note here, E, is part of the A chord, so there's no dissonance.
The flowers in the vase that you bought today.
We can see in the second half of the bass line's descent, the right hand does then change. Descending bass lines, I love. I always point them out when they happen, and the reason is they can be thought of as being a little bit tricky to implement because the bass part is often the real foundation harmonically of the music. So unless the other parts move to accommodate the bass line, we will get dissonance. As we can see here, right from the off.
I'll light the fire.
These guys don't care. They embrace the dissonance. I love it. And that's all we get against the melody. So I'm now wondering, is this song going to be rife with dissonance or not? It's got me engaged, got me wondering. The chords have all been slow, one chord per bar or measure, essentially. 2, and then everything else now comes in, including the beat, the percussion. So now we have a real rhythmic driving force, keeping things moving.
Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I...
Otherwise, though, melodically and harmonically, everything is the same. The same melody we had before, the same right hand refusing to move versus the descending bass line outlining the scale of A major. But to accompany the percussion, the bass line is alternating with the right hand, but a ratio of 1 to 3. 1 note in the bass, 3 repetitions in the right hand, just really, really driving home the refusal of the right hand to change. Then we get another change, a bit of repetition signaling there might be another change.
all night long,
And you can hear the right hand still not changing as the left hand is moving up and down. And then we get this bit. And again, let's listen out for the bass line. Down the octave now.
only for me.
Just there, the last note of that bass descent changes away from the A major scale that we are expecting. It sort of has to restart the loop. It then goes back, and that's what we've been hearing so far. And again, as that bass line changes, so does the right hand before then going back to the repeated same chord. So really, everything we're hearing for the most part is just outlining the main chord of A major. The real point here is that they're just driving that key, the home key, into our brains essentially by just repeating it. So when it does change, such as the last note in the bass line, it's obvious, it catches our attention. And I think why I'm liking this song so much is because of how little variety there is in it, based on everything I've just said. But it's not boring. I'm really engaged with it. And it's calm in a way that's quite limiting. You don't have all these huge shocks or loud noises at your disposal to shock the listener. So let's carry on from where we paused. It sounded like an oboe or something was entering. So just more thicker texture, idea of growth.
Such a cozy room, the windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them, fiery gems for you.
Oh, it's so nice.
For you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And now, la 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 la
Okay, the structure. I think I said at the start, I wasn't knowing what to expect, which probably sounds quite weird because I was saying it's a lot of repeated ideas, but the structure is not completely standard. We get certain things repeated when we wouldn't expect them to. We might expect a previous idea or motif to come again, but no, it changes. Here is, well, an obvious example, I think, with all those na 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 da da dum bum ba dum bum bum syncopations, cross rhythms, changing things as we've been hearing them. But what do we still get? The descending scale of A major in the bass line. It's always there. It's ever present. And the hi-hat, boom, tss, boom, tss. Why this part might sound a little bit peculiar to you perhaps, at least from a harmony perspective, is because they're moving in perfect parallel motion. You can think of that as one part, another part, and like a metal bar in between them, and they're stuck to the metal bar. They move up and down exactly the same as each other. You know, pretty much. Often when you have multiple parts singing in harmony at the same time as each other, so homophonically, as one part moves, another part you might expect to stay on the same note in order to fit with the harmony, and then they'd rejoin later on, kind of similarly to like we'd expect the upper parts to move to accommodate a moving bass line. It's the same idea. They really lean into not doing that here with these upper parts, and it creates some really interesting chords, almost quite old, quite archaic sounding in a way. To quickly demonstrate, just using a couple of the parts and the first two chords, the bass line the same as always. There's chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, etc. So on chord 1, but then the top part, that starts here. Compared to the bass note, if I bring it up, straight away we have this clash, and the clash was the real dissonant thing about chord number 2, because this note here is the bass note on chord number 2 when it moves down. On chord number 2, what's that top part doing? Well, it's going and then moving up, causing further dissonances everywhere. Combine that with all the other parts that are doing the same thing, it's just rife with really peculiar harmonies at this point. But that's not a bad thing, I don't think anyway. It's quite strange. I definitely was not expecting it, but I really like it. It works really well.
Sunshine through them, fiery gems for you. Only for you.
I really like it. Sometimes you just hear a song that's so surprising. Those U's, they're just
Gems for you.
so smooth. Again, against the descending bass line, these incessantly repeated chords in the right hand, now played on a harpsichord, it sounds like.
Only for you.
It seems very fun and not serious, but also very calm, very relaxing, almost quite sentimental or even nostalgic. And it's interesting I say that because I'm just looking at the lyrics now. I'll put them on the screen. It's a song about the present and the future, if anything. Our house is a very fine house, 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard, now everything is easy because of you. It starts off, you'll place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Quite interesting lyrics as well. And I'm finding it interesting how I'm feeling nostalgic about a song that seems to be ultimately about the good times ahead. Maybe you completely disagree with me on that and you have more context about Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I don't really know them, so do let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's carry on until the end. I'll rewind a little bit just to hear those la-las again.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Yeah, it's the syncopations, the rhythmic changes, the stresses coming on offbeats. It's so clever. It disrupts the flow, essentially, but not in an overbearing way or something that seems horrendously unnatural. That's how I feel about it anyway.
La 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 la. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And I'll light the fire while you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today.
It's a really nice song. And the ending,
You bought.
oh, almost like they're saying, on our penultimate note, essentially, have this additional dissonance, this exaggerated dissonance before.
Today.
And that's clever. The piano outlining, again, the A major chord. And the melody also outlining the A major chord, but just not starting on A and finishing in A. Instead, So if we move them to the same octave and play them against each other, it would be like this. And you'll notice there that they were both sharing one note at the same time. So to avoid this, what do? Well, the piano just comes in one beat later. So instead, it actually sounds like this. The melody. And now with the piano. Yeah, really nice. Just a couple of final points from that ending section. Ah, okay, things are slowing down. What's happening now? Is that the end? I was sure they were going to go back into the la 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 little bit, but no.
I'll light the fire while
Just like the opening we had, really exaggerated this time. Just as slow, except instead of the right hand and the left hand coming at the same time, chum, chum, they're still alternating with the percussion as well.
you place the flowers in
On the strong beats.
vase that you bought.
And yeah, that cheeky, filthy last bit of dissonance. Good filth. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to wrap up this video because I just want to listen to this song again and again and again. I'm sure I'm going to hear many more things. Sometimes it's a shame that you do these videos after the first listen because you'll always miss things, and I'm sure there'll be many more interesting things that I could have spoken about, but it is what it is. As I said before, sometimes you just are surprised with a really nice song, and I really, really liked that one. From what I've heard so far by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, that's been two bangers, two really, really good songs, Helplessly Hoping and Our House. Comment down below other songs by them you'd like to see me do videos on. And thank you very much for watching. Would appreciate a like and subscribe. If you'd like to support me, you can donate me a hot chocolate at the Buy Me a Coffee linked below, or if you'd like to join the community, get access to exclusive content such as polls, you can do so by joining the Patreon linked on the screen, and I will see you next time.